humans for whom the words "never again" carry special meaning.
So where are we going?
Further than we've ever gone before.
Report. Structural latching system integrity breached.
Prepare to take us out of here, number one. Fire up the engines, half impulse till we clear the nebula, then punch it up to warp 9.
Ready phases, load forward torpedo bays. Engage.
Homo sapiens. What an inventive, invincible species. It's only a few million years since they crawled up out of the mud and learned to walk. Puny, defenseless bipeds. They've survived flood, famine, and plague. They've survived cosmic wars and holocausts. Now, here they are, out among the stars, waiting to begin a new life, ready to outsit eternity. They're indomitable.
I'll give you moves.
Everybody lives, Rose. Just this once. Everybody lives!
Yes, indeed, ladies and yes, indeed. Good evening, good morning. I think, is that the moment that Eccleston became the Doctor? Let me think. I think it probably is. I mean, like, everybody lives a year. You know what? I'm going to say yes until I think about it in any detail whatsoever. I think it was kind of like finding his feet. I mean, you're certainly finding his feet in Rose. It was a very strange performance, right? I mean, we grew into it, as in the End of the World and Unquiet Dead and what's it called again? Oh, what's that Slovene two-parter called? Oh man, World War III and something else, right? He was, again, his performance was like up and down, a bit choppy. Then, like in this mid-run, kind of up until Dr. Dances, he was like kind of like just kind of getting used to doing it, but it was much more consistent. But I don't think it was the Empty Child Dr. Dances. Well, that was the one where he really became the Doctor. And I think it was the Everybody Lives speech at the end. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, I wasn't planning on doing a show tonight, and now I got a show that's much more full, right? Much more full than I was planning. Okay, I know where to go with it. Where do we start? I got Ben Cook from Doctor Who magazine having a meltdown. I mean, honestly, it's sad. That's the only way you can really describe it. It's a bit sad, right? I mean, like, he's been crying for you, and like, I look, he's trying to make points, but he looks awful. I mean, like, this is like, you know, I mean, if you, it's like he's trying to look like a twat. And I'm like, what an incredible lack of self-awareness is all I can say. You know what? Here, one second. Let's do this instead. We'll go, because we got a bit of a chock block show tonight, because I'm out of town as of tomorrow morning. Oh, I've been getting ready all day. Like, my wife wants to leave. Like, my kids want to leave at like 7. Like, no. Right? I'm like, I've been pushed till 9. I haven't got any work done today. I've been doing work, getting content up online and things ready so we can leave tomorrow. But like, what the hell? Really? Can't we just stroll in at like noon? You know, wouldn't that be fun? Anyway, but everybody seems to be kind of on board for it now and excited. So that's good. But yeah, anyway, let's start off with this as people trickle in, and we'll have you had the Spanish PM's comment? Express regret they don't have nuclear weapons to stop Israel. Well, listen, I will say this, Paul Tozer, right? If you notice which countries are falling in turmoil, the ones that are recognizing Palestinian state, right? I mean, look, just listen. You know, they if you bless Israel, you're going to be blessed, right? That's the main reason for America having Israel's back, right? And by that whole operation, yeah. Was it not Bahrain? Where were they at? Qatar knew about it, America knew about it, and Israel knew about it. They're all in it together. They've decided to kick Hamas out, right? They don't want to take the deal, right? And so Qatar's like essentially gave them Hamas. That's what I think went down, right? Anyway, I have no idea how we got onto that. Fine. Let's start with looking at SFX magazine, right? And then we'll get on to Ben Cook. Because it's fascinating. I'm telling you. Like, oh boy. The wokey is not doing well with the modern age, right? They're not doing well with reality. So, okay, SFX, we got a Predator cover. I'm big into this new Predator franchise, right? It's, I was very skeptical at first, right? Because it's like, female lead, and with Prey, and it seemed like, and I don't trust anything. It was in the mid-culture war, right? And it was excellent. Look, Predator was and Prey was excellent. The animated feature they did was excellent. This looks excellent, right? I'm really on board for this iteration of Predator, which really is leading into doing what Predator's supposed to do. So good for them. Okay, so we got Predator, we got Tron Ares. That looks pretty good as well. Him, I have no idea. A Deal with the Devil, The Strangers, Space 1999, celebrating 50 years. Oh man, it always makes me sad when I say Space 1999 because the Big Finish just really screwed that up with the insane wokery, right? Their insane wokery really. That range could have run and run. They just killed it stone dead. Gen V that comes out in about a week or two. I think the Stranger Things. Oh man. They've waited too long between seasons, frankly. I'm not that interested anymore, right? I have to rewatch them all, sorry. But I'm not that interested. And it was a thing of its time. But, like, how long has it been? Stranger Things. How long has it been since since it came out? Stranger Things. Like, what things have happened in the world in that time? Just do episodes. So, 2016, fuck me. The world has insanely changed in that time, right? And we haven't seen anything for 3 years. But July 2016, everything was very different. We went through the most insane reality over that period of time. That last 9 years, that's crazy. And I think it's might be too late. Dan Trachtenberg on Yautja Resistance, no idea what that means. Star Wars, yay! Riddle, bye-bye! Astronauts, Sun I Was Drowned, Secret Wars, The Sisters Grimm, Blade Runner. I'm not optimistic about the Amazon Blade Runner, by the way. Doctor Who is dead because it was like insanely woke, right? So woke, the BBC started taking the piss out of it. A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, Conan and the Witches. Let's have a look. Okay, look, here's the thing. The Predator's face does look a bit vaginary. I mean, like that's something you have to contend with. By the way, I'm also watching Alien Earth. Excellent. Oh, I love Alien Earth. Right? But like the facehuggers, they've really played up the sexuality. They're like the whole sexuality because the underside now is all kind of like glistening, with like pre-cum goo and like the tongue that inserts the alien embryo in you. It's very penal. The whole thing is very sexual, right? Darkly sexual. Yeah, this guy, I'm so glad he changed his profile shot because he used to have he's 19-year-old one. So he likes weapons. I haven't seen weapons on him. Welcome to Derry. I have no idea what that is. Rant, by the time this user comes out, I'll have returned from the Halloween Hollywood Nights. Boo! Really? It's not Hollywood. It's not Halloween. It's September. Roll One Anniversary 2026. How are you going to Halloween Horror Nights? It's nowhere near Halloween. Could really do with the major sci-fi shows going into production soon. Well, listen, mate. Your insane wokery destroyed them all, right? Arsehole. Loving Mark to Kill by Federation and Imagine 80s pop hit all about Blake 7. I've never heard that, really. That's very strange. I'm regularly impressed by Radiance labels, Blu-rays releases. I'm looking forward to see their what emerges from their transmission, their new imprint of the offbeat. Okay, I have no idea. Okay, season 2 of Fallout trailer was good. We like that. Don't get me wrong, Alien Earth has been great so far, but do we really need so much exposition? Yeah, it's called story. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the things I've enjoyed about it. It's called actual story, tension, and character. Right? Everything means something, and it's there for a reason, and I like all of it. Genre fans don't need to be spoon-fed. It's not spoon-fed. Right? You're going through interesting characters' personal journeys. BBC Two's Movie Drone was an education for us. Check out the in-depth discussion with host Alex Cox. Oh, man. The Movie Drone was great. Like, I saw so many great movies on Movie Drone. Repo Man. Runway Archive has a doc of unmade 70s Star Trek series. That's something that's always fascinated me. Oh, dang. Wait, no. Oh, that didn't work. Continue to destination. Okay. It's on was it YouTube? Fine. Very cool. Doink. What are we up to? Tara Bennett, Super Woke, Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, blah, 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 blah. Resident Alien ended on a high note. I kind of got bored in about quarter way through the second season, right? What's this? Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, Pieces of the Past, is on Disney. I can't care. I mean, look at this shit. Really? Really? Leave me alone. I just like, look at this shit. I mean, like, nothing says current day Disney than this chick, whoever she's supposed to be. And this fat Jedi. Oh, and they Jabba Nabada. Yeah, this is coming out soon. Do they have the date on it? Would it be good? I don't know. I think I'm going to get it. Even though, you know, I feel like there's no way I'm going to like it. It's like everything Big Finish does now disappoints. New Secret Wars miniseries Battle World draws and I have no idea. Okay. Not for me anyway. This Time and Tide, the sea brings in otherworldly secrets in The Drowned. Digital platforms on October 6th. Okay. Unsafe Space, what's this? Astronaut release. I just don't care about any of this stuff anymore. All right, what's this? Blade Runner, Black Lotus. Again, I'm very resistant to female leads right now. You know, it just seems to be it's a one-trick pony that's really been tricked out, right? Oh, well, they've got News Wars now taking up a whole page. Well, that's weird. Hang on, where are we up to? Johnny Depp then talks Rums. Okay, he's going to be. There's going to be Captain Jackie, and I guess it's money. Yeah. The name's Knight, Stephen Knight, the man behind Peaky Blinders. Oh, he's doing the James Bond script. Matt Smith is the baddie in Jedi Starfighter. We knew that. Picard's Orla Brady replaces Kerry Condon in the voice of AI Friday. Who cares? Kristen makes the voice Roboto in live-action Master of the Universe. Okay. Good, I guess. Disney Plus has greenlit Coven Academy. Sounds awful already. Right. Following the adventure of the group of young witches in New Orleans. I wonder if they're going to be anyone going to be bi or no, trans, obviously. One Piece has been renewed for a third season. Zach Krager is just going to sequel to Weapons. Everybody says the Weapons. I have no idea what it's about, but it was very popular. Right? I really have no idea. Fish Shrek. Oh, God, stop with all this. Just make something new. When you say Fish Shrek, it just sounds so tired to me now. It's like ideas have like lifespans, like longevities, and I don't think you can really get much more. Like Shrek, maybe 2, maybe 3 movies, max. And 3 is stretching it. 5? Oh. Ryan Reynolds bringing Motor Mouth back to the MCU. Oh, Deadpool's confirmed to be in Avengers. No, he's not. Man, and there is a lot of controversy about that, weirdly enough. Mark Ruffalo is back as a Hulk in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Fuck up Mark Ruffalo. I can't stand him. Woke little cunt. And he is a woke little cunt. Woke little anti-Semitic cunt. Looking there, Daryl Dixon has been renewed for a fourth and final season. They made 4 seasons. I mean, man, I got out of it at the Peacekeeper War. I was just so bored at that point. Jane Gunn confirms that he's already finished the treatment for the next story. I'm going to call it in the Superman saga. Hopefully it's going into production on that not too far away. 2027. July 2027 is a release date. Marin Dagai, Audrey Heshe, and Audrey... Okay, the people from Buffy. Okay, if it's any good, I'll try and pronounce the name. Original Scary Movie stars, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Legendary Arcade, Zappa Space Invaders head to the big screen. By Kiva Goldsman. Fuck me, that's going to be one to avoid. Will that ever make it to production? I hope not. I hope not. Sebastian Stan is to star in the new Taken Frankenstein directed by Radu Jude. I'm looking forward to the one directed by Guillermo del Toro coming out in a couple of months. David Goosebumps, don't care. Been cancelled. Okay, Dave Bautista is in the frame from a villainous role. No, he's already got the job. It's so weird. It's like reading news from a month ago, right? Yeah, wow, that was really weird. Yeah, don't do a news warp. Red Dwarf. Yeah, like for example, they're going to say, oh well, they've lost their streamer, but they're hopeful they'll find a new one, which means they won't. Right? Again, this was like. You can see the spin they have on this. Red Dwarf. Yeah, Red Dwarf is over. Killed by greed and hesitation. Right? I think, what was it? Rob Grant held up production and for several years while they negotiated something with Doug Naylor. I think that's what went down. And ended up, nothing came of it at all. And then was it Dave, whatever channel it was on? It said, "Nah, we're not doing this sort of stuff anymore." What's this one? Police Special. Well, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the what? Powers? Powers is back. Oh, Powers 25. Oh man, I couldn't even finish reading the last issue, last graphic novel. It was awful. Instead of what's this? His new monthly art. Who's writing it? Brian Michael Bendis? Oh man, I don't know. You know what? When's this out? Okay, I'm gonna illegally download it and review it. Right? Then if it's good, I'll buy it. Okay, this is why I don't read 2018 anymore. Like it's just everybody's chicks. And look at it. It just looks. Not that, you know, there's no expression going on there, right? But here's the main reason. Head of Alex Duncan Jones movies, his comic co-writer, Alex DeCapi, is telling Rogue Trooper's secret origin. No, Alex DeCapi is a disgusting bully, right? And a talentless cunt. She shouldn't be anywhere near those things, right? What's this? A big, bold, beautiful journey in cinemas. Okay, that's what. This looks like Margot Robbie and what's his name? The Penguin, who looked nothing like the Penguin. Just annoyed me, he looked nothing like the bloody Penguin. Like, why would I be interested in it? What is this shit? Sisters Grimm, Apple TV. It looks awful. And this looks like something weird. It's not really for me either. Strange Harvest is streaming in September. Well, streaming where, though? Brings true crime Dr. to the horror genre. Honestly, I'm not really a horror guy, but that sounds like a good idea. Haunted Hotel's creator on merging horror and comedy for the ultimate dysfunctional sitcom. It's on Netflix in a week's time. I'll check it out. I've got to check out Secret Level. A couple of people recommended that to me. What's this? Megatropolis's finest? Who's this? Charles Allard? I don't know. Megaton Man. I'm just trying to scan it, see who. This is funky. Okay, I have no idea. That's like Charles Allard to me, but I may be wrong. Right? Maybe totally wrong. A new Phantom book. Again, I'm just Like, you really got me out of the habit of reading comic book industry. So, like, you know, stop telling me more about them, right? I'm like, yeah, you kind of killed it for me. So what's this? Conan Barbarian, Scourge of the Serpent is out the 24th. There's another one. There's an indie one called The Similarian, I think. Is that what it's called? Which I would say is probably a lot better, right? I bet it's got a lot more heart in it. But this is what I meant about the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein. I mean, look, it looks freaky and beautiful, right? It looks really disturbing. What are these Daleks? Daleks. Okay, fine, whatever. Oh, I quite like this stuff. The Avengers stuff. Ray Brooks in The Boy with a Knack. Terrence Stamp. Oh, man. It was a heavy month. So A World of Pain. Yeah, again, look, I recommend the trailer for this Predator movie. It looks really good, right? He's a Predator with an android. To me, it seems like, you know, why do these things work? Essentially because two reasons. It's a story, right? With a beginning, middle, and end. Story is a good thing, right? And secondly, it's true to what it is. It's not trying to be something else. This is trying to be a Predator movie and exploring the Predator universe, right? Successfully. So, although they did that in Star Wars, yeah, with Amiga. Yeah, I was watching the Bad Batch first episode the other night. It's surprisingly good. It's very good. I think I said this online, but I think I was musing. I love seeing an AI filter that can make it look like live action, right? And then you got a really cool Star Wars movie. This looks good as well. I'm kind of excited about it. This has been a great year for media this year. It's not the end of queer Doctor Who, and that's good in and of itself. Yeah, look, I like Tron. I like the Tron franchise. I think this is a good idea, bringing the digital world to to the real world. It makes a lot of sense in the universe. And I like they leave it like 10 years between movies, or 10 to 30 years between movies. I think that's about right. Never trust a stranger. Well, that is good advice. More horror stuff. I don't know. So what's this? Again, something about him. It's not something I watched. What can I tell you? Gen V is something I'm going to watch. I like Gen V quite. I like the first season a lot. So come back. Well, so you got this article. It's on from the 29th. All right, at last, something good from Amazon Prime. Back to the Upside Down. It's just like, it was cool at first. Now it's 10 years later, right? It's 10 years later. I mean, like, you probably have like a 4 seasons lifespan. I think probably the 4 season one, they just like span it out way too much. Again, it's not as bad. It's just it didn't. There's only so much life in it. It's like they're squeezing it out of a tube, right? And maybe it'll be great. Listen, I'm bitching about it without having seen it. Maybe it'll be great. Space 109 was great. Down. Wow. They must have paid a lot to get Barbara Brain in that costume. She doesn't seem that. I mean, listen, she's normally like, wearing that. Okay, no, more like that. But man, you get such heavy mum vibes from Barbara Bain there, don't you? Not sexy at all, right? Not then suddenly Catherine Shell shows up. You're like, well, hey, don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, turn into Caterpillar, baby. You know you want to. You know you like it. And that's been the Rabbi's Guide to Space 1999. Oh, the Eagles are great. Down. The Eagles really are truly fantastic. It's one of the greatest pieces of design of all time. The Polish novel discusses best way. Okay, fine, I don't care. And now we're up to reviews. The Long Walk. Is that something I would watch? I don't know. Doesn't look that interesting to me. All these seem like weird horror movie stuff, so I'm just like not that into it. Oh, is it a deadly competition that young people compete in yearly? Boost more. Okay, it's like Hunger Games. No way. Weapons. Everybody love weapons. Like everybody love weapons. I have no idea what it's about. Warner Bros. Best kept weapons from UK critics until last moment. Hence the belated write-up. Galling, though that is, we grudgingly appreciate the motive behind so many terrific surprises to spoil. Potentially, we'll do our best to preserve them. The setup is dispensed in the mere moments. In a small town, Pennsylvania, 17 children, all from the same class, have disappeared inexplicably, walking at 2:17 and running from their homes. Fine. Listen, I'm sure I'll see it at some point. Right? Such illustration worlds. Oh no, it like this season's been so variable, but essentially it's built on quicksand, so it's never going to work. Right? It's completely built on quicksand. Was it playing Gracie Dye? I have no idea. Object Z. I love a bit of Trevor Bannister. Naughty Mr. Lucas before it was Naughty Mr. Lucas. I have no idea what this is. If you're a certain age, name Rediffusion. It may bring back. Okay, yeah, that was the TV. At last in 1948, so do not adjust your set. The target audience seemed to be unclear. Object Z aired in a tea time slot. It was clearly therefore earnest educational aspect. Hey kids, here's how Blink comparator works. Okay, but unfolds entirely spheres of media science. It's kind of like a Doctor Who show to me. That sounds like a Doctor Who show, right? Who Wants to Kill Jesse? Comic strip presents. No, it's from 1966. Okay, so some foreign movie about some. Well, I'm not sure it's about her, but she's got lovely tits. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, very beautiful young lady, but like great angle for her. There, looking awfully good. Men in Black again, 1950. Don't know a Man in Black. I think I might have seen that on like TV at some point. That seems like the sort of thing would happen. The Drowned, no, don't know what that is. Yeah, none of this is interesting me in any way, shape, or form. Lost in Space. I like a bit of Lost in Space. This is the 4K release. It was a good movie. I'm sorry. Right? It did what it said on the tin. It was Lost in Space, starring Matt LeBlanc. By the way, if you like Matt LeBlanc, you've got to check out the show called Episodes, where he plays himself as like the most awful person in the world, right? Which I kind of like. Shadow Zone. No one. It's from 1990. What's this? Rats, Night of Terror, 85. I can't remember that. I never saw it, but I do remember it. With The Witcher, crossovers at Ravens, don't really care. If you like The Witcher, good for you. I will not begrudge you your love of The Witcher. Right? Making Monsters. We're going to be talking about Ben Cook a bit. I think that will do the trick. The Search for Spot, the Making of Glass Film. This is a book I would want. Oh, man. This is a good. Oh, that's beautiful. 192 pages. How much is it? Gotta go Amazon. We do Amazon. What the Amazon.com. What's it called again? Hang on. The Search for Spock, Making of the Classic Film. The Search for Spock, the Making of the Classic Film. Probably should have looked at Amazon CO UK. Oh. Okay, well, let's try amazon.co.uk then. Because it says film, not movie. So, .uk. Doink. And dun, what's going on there? And dun, yes, okay. What's this one? Really? No one's heard of this book, mate. The Search for Spock. Like nobody knows what you're talking about. Like, I can't find it anywhere. If I can't find it on Amazon here. Let's just do a Google search on it. Okay, this Star Trek 3. Oh, really? I just came out. So how much is it? $40 is not bad. For that? Oh, yeah, I reckon this is a recommend. You know why? This is like you only know in life if you're older. Things aren't there later, right? If you can afford $40, and I think I probably can, get this now, right? Oh, and there's going to be many a happy hour reading this. Oh, look at that. You got the production. You got the, what's the word again? Not the telly snaps. Oh, I want it. Yeah. That looks good. Okay. That does look good. Fine. You've done well there, SFX. I come halfway around the galaxy. I find a Klingon boy, a weakling human, and a woman. I don't know. That's one of the greatest lines in Star Trek ever. Let me see if I can find it. I can't be bothered. Simbin Island. This is what Doug Naylor's doing now instead of Red Dwarf, because Red Dwarf his day is over. Sadly. I mean, I can see it coming back as like the end of Red Dwarf, but like I don't see it coming back unless there's somebody who really wants it. Right? Daredevil, written by Charles Soule and Steve McNiven, and illustrated by Steve McNiven. I bet that's pretty good. That's a good creative talent they got on there. Yeah, okay. Frank Miller began penciling Daredevil in 1979 before taking over in the writing of the series in 1981. Yes, with issue 168. I am aware of that. Trinity, daughter of Wonder Woman. Who cares? Written by Tom King, of course. Thunderbird's anthology. Not my thing, but looks lovely. Right? Not my thing, but looks lovely. Ultimate Spider-Man. Incursion. Yeah, whatever. Not for me. Not for me. Ecky Thump. It's Geordie Doctor Who. Only get 3 out of 5 stars. I'll throw me black pudding at you. Well, let's see what the review is. I think we need to go into this a bit more depth. And the award for the most generic Doctor Who's title goes to The Return of the Doctor. Has a solid reason for a nondescript name. The story opens with the 13th Doctor. I mean, not the Doctor. Geordie Whittaker and Mandel goes scissoring in the TARDIS. No. Wrapping up an adventure in an alien world and then scissoring in the TARDIS. No, that didn't happen. But would it be funny if they did? Having teamed up with Talpa to save the day, the Doctor's keen to move on. Yazar is starting to question the Doctor's instinct to keep on running. So the TARDIS returns to London 3 years later. In the time they've been away, things have changed for the worse. And it's the Doctor's fault. Okay, this Doctor is shit. At least this is organic. The Jodie with a good Doctor. She just fucks up everywhere. Oh, God. Why would you do the first female Doctor Who making a total fuck up? I don't know. Surprisingly few Doctor Who stories have touched on the consequences, blah, 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 blah. International is quirky, but like 3 out of 5 stars. Zanera's West Country accents beneath the vocoded alien effect. Still, the central continent solid and Whittaker and Gill remain a dynamic duo. God, yeah. If you're leaning on that, no. And Sky, no, I'm not getting this under no circumstances. Those days are over. Big Finish. Well, I'll go out on a limb and punt. I'll go on and take a punt on something that you did. Those days are long over. Sadly. What is this? From August 2002. The Truman Show. Simone. Who is that? Simone, the original deepfake. Who was she played by? I don't recognize her at all. Well, it was like a long time ago. Oh, so this was like, in history. Oh, that was this was in August in 2002, I guess. Buffy was doing well. Mel Gibson was still doing well. That was actually, I like that movie a lot, Signs. I think it was probably the last good M. Night Shyamalan movie. And Roald Dahl, I know. Okay, next issue, the Holding Hollywood's Hollywood one is on sale on October 8th. Like, isn't Halloween like October 29th? I don't know. The Witches, still don't care. This book looks great. It's just way too expensive for me. Right? This book is like £60 or something ridiculous. Round up here. Yeah, every time I look it up, I go, that's insane. Right? There's nobody in the right mind could afford that. Roundlebooks.co.uk. ROUND. Is it AL? Oh, okay, Roundel Books. Okay. Go figure. And again, it looks lovely. I just can't afford it. I mean, I can't justify the expense as well. Is the way I would go with it. Well, do I have to go to the store or something? Publications. Well, is there a button to buy it? Just let me know how much it is. All right. Well, maybe we'll just go to publications. Let's see how that happens. Okay. Oh yeah. They do the price on them. Yeah. Look at that. Is it $60? Then sold out. I can't even buy it anyway. It's totally sold out. Is this dollars? Is there anything that's not sold out I can find out on? Well, is this? Am I on the sold out page? I think I am. But how much is it? Is it dollars or pounds? I mean, like, I can see what sold out. It looks very cool. I would like that book. Fair enough. And blimey, you got Breaking Bad celebrities. Didn't see that coming. Dave Foley, A Bug's Life. Well, okay then. That's just weird. Fine. So that is SFX for this month. Now, is this a recommend? Yeah, I'm going to say it is actually. There's quite a few articles here that I'm going to read. So amazingly, FSX, you've done well this month, right? You've done well. And again, maybe FSX just improves as the genre in general improves. Fine, let's get the chat. Then we can start to be talking about Ben Cook. That's a good segue into what we're going to talk about. I guess Big Finish. I can't remember. I have to look at the thumbnail. That's why I make the thumbnail. Yeah, well, open up. Yeah, doink. And where is it? Well, oh no, I forgot what I'm looking for. Is this it? No. Oh, was it? Is it the? It's the 10th today. There you go. Doink. Oh yeah, Millie Gibson doing great. You're doing great. Fine job. Oh, we're a third of the way through. We did the SFX magazine review, so we'll do Big Finish next. We'll probably not get to Avengers Doomsday because who gives a fuck? And like that's the bottom line. Who gives a fuck? I don't know. Oh, I thought the most fun thing is the raging Ben Cook. I'm sorry. That's the thing that amuses me the most, right? Which is kind of like how I program things. Okay. It's a shame because there's an actress I like on the failed 9 box set. What about which was that? The Big Finish one? It's a shame. Look, don't hold it against, acting talent, for being a something shit. They never know, right? You never know. Right. I mean, you can hold it against them like for constantly being. I mean, look, I hold it against Nicola Bryant that every 6th Doctor and Perry release is woke as fuck. Right. I think they both egg each other along, and it's all about women being strong and independent and respected. I'm like, yeah, okay. Can you wear that? Can you wear that low cut skin tight thing again, Nicola? Yeah. No reason. Just so you can be independent. Yeah, put the heels on so you can be like, a strong, independent woman. And the short shorts, the tight short shorts. There you go. I mean, like, it's, you can't be both. Right? You can't be both. Right, here we go. Fine. At the chat. Darren M is here. How you doing, Darren M? Thank you for joining us. Bull Tozan is here. A puzzle Spanish. Yeah, listen. I'm telling you now, if you come out if your country comes out pro-Palestinian, it's going to hurt your country, right? And that's not me threatening you. Oh, God, they blame the Jews for the Black Plague. You know why? Because Jews have a religious tradition of washing your hands before you eat. No, I'm saying that if you come out against Israel, God will curse you, as has happened to Macron, Spain. Okay, go ahead, mate. Go ahead. That's the way things are going right now. You were skeptical because it was a woman. About what? Yeah, look, I'm skeptical because of any female lead right now, right? Because it's we've just had relentless tokenism. Right, and normally when you have tokenism, you have no quality whatsoever. Just take a look at Star Trek Discovery, for example, right? Or Jodie Whittaker, Doctor Who, right? Cast purely because of their gender, nothing, even though they don't believe in gender, and just woefully miscast, right? Well, I hope you're still here. What's his name again? I lost it. Where'd he go? Andrew Dorr. I do hope you're still here. We'll find out. Well, Truett Edgar, I have to agree with Big Finish. I was an avid buyer over the past few years, and I've just grown uninterested. Well, it's the same thing, exact same thing happened with the comic book industry, right? That's what really killed it, right? Or reduced it to what it is now, right? It's which is much smaller than it used to be. It's because people just got bored with it. Right, they got bored with Batman being boring. Spock, not spoke. Oh, thank you, Lonnie. Well, at least I found it in the end. All right. A lot of us have been waiting almost a decade for the return of the Doctor. Yeah, that'd be great. I do think it's great. Since I mentioned it, thanks for joining us. Archer Collin is here. I think it was more the Jewish community in the 14th century tended to keep more to themselves and part. Oh yeah, if we did interact with them, we're not Jewish. They would tend to rape and murder us. Right. That is a common occurrence. Okay, fine. That was quick. Run through the chat. Sometimes the good Lord, right? Sometimes the good Lord provides you comedy gold, right? This is indeed one of those glorious. Oh God, he's doing more. He's so sad. Anyway, this is one of those glorious times. Poor Ben Cook. Listen, the current age has not been fun for the woke arsehole, right? It has not been fun. I mean, look, their Doctor Who, they said, was going to be stunning and brave and beloved forever. Gone and forgotten. Right, much like the Time Team. Like, if I think actually we have a interesting scientific analysis which explains the phenomenon. All right, here.
Everything woke turns to shit. Okay, it's true. It's true. Look at what's happening.
Yeah. Everything woke turns to shit. And people are like, no. Trouble is, people like me warned it's going to be shit for years and years and years, and now people are like living in third world terror. Now they've woken up. I love the flag thing. If that's something else I want to show you, that's really funny. Anyway, Dan Hadley quite correctly pointed this out, say that it's a Jodie-centric copy of Doctor Who magazine. And again, like, who's this for? Right. Really, who is this for? I can't believe there's that many people who like Jodie Whittaker that much that want it on Doctor Who magazine. The cover is actually quite, it's badly done. They think they did the best they could. But the cover is, at least they're trying to go along with the, very traditional Pertwee 10th anniversary cover, right? In terms of its tone, and they did a similar one. Sylvester McCoy did a similar one with the Tetrappers, I think, instead of Sea Devil. And I think Peter Capaldi also did another one. So good for them. But, like, who's it for, right? Who's it for? So Dan points out, completest Doctor Who fans gets another bad deal. Yeah, we kind of do this Thursday when the extortionately priced official magazine devotes massive pages to interviewing Jodie bloody Whittaker. I mean, really? The only thing that made Jodie Whittaker's performance seem not excruciatingly awful, like it's the worst thing in the entire universe, is Judy Gatton was actually worse, right? Amazing, and you wouldn't have thought that's possible because it was one of the worst performances I've ever seen ever. It's like it was epically awful. Same one calls the downward spiral in circulation. In circulation of said magazine in the first place. Real smart move. So Benjamin Cook goes, "You're so weird." Right, to Dan responds, "You sound like my daughter." He does. Again, this is the sad story of Ben Cook, right? In the 1990s, he was 19 and cool. Right, it's 30 years later. He's nearly 50. He hasn't moved in life at all. Right, as far as I can see, he hasn't moved in life. It's really genuinely sad, right? And it's not like he's not a talented guy. And as you'll see in this thread, I always go to pains to say, "Oh no, he's very good at his job," and he is, right? But it's sad, right? It's so sad. So he's somewhat obsessed with me, right? I trigger him often. So I reply to this, "Yeah, but Dan, your daughter will grow out of it. Poor Benjamin Cook is the epitome of the aging student. Like his life is frozen in time where it was 20 years ago and never progressed any further." And that just is the truth, right? That really is just the truth. But again, you've got to stop and think of the energy he's put into this at this point. Right? "Hey, Rabbi, you took a wager to your chosen charity if you can prove..." What is it? My daughter's dog. "If you can prove your claim memory. I gave you 3 months. It's been 10. Have you bought it?" "No, darling, I ignored you because you're a twat and don't matter." Right? And then, "Time to cough up. Page 502. Let's say children with cancer. Post the receipt." So, and he posts this picture to somehow try and prove it, right? Look, Ben, mate, Ben. At no point did I say I'm accepting your wager, right? As I recall, here, we'll hear it from your own mouth right now. Again, look at this. He went, he found pictures, he clicked out. This is a lot of work, right? This shows me somebody, doesn't have enough employment. Right? This is a lot of time and trouble he went to. But okay, let's have a look. Where is it? Is it downloaded yet? Oh, now it's downloaded. Doink. I'm in the wrong thing again. Doink. No, it's a picture that downloaded. Here we go. Maybe try it down this way. Oh, there you go. Doink. There we go. Now it's downloaded. And again, look, he keeps using like video evidence of me being gracious and nice about him. Right? It's really weird. Right? Is it not downloading? Here. Dang it. Give me a second. If I press that, does that work? Yeah. Copy video address. We'll do this. We'll go to Twitter video downloader. Let's see what happens if I do this. Doink. 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 Thinking about it. Verification. Okay, there you go. Doink. I mean, look at the amount of time I'm making just to download it, right? He went and how he found it is beyond me, but good researching, right? Oh, sad little fuck. So, doink, there you go. I always laugh when I say it's Benjamin Cook. Look, he's very good at his job. He really genuinely is. That writer, again, am I being nice about him there? I think so. I'm just being honest. That was a good book, but I still remember, like, I have a collection of Doctor Who magazine going back, to the beginning, and I on Sabbaths when I'm offline, I normally pull out a copy of Doctor Who magazine to read over Sabbaths from yesteryear. Yeah, that is true. I do that often. That's true. And like one time, it was Benjamin saying, "This is my final article I'm doing for Doctor Who magazine, moving on to bigger and better things," and clearly he didn't. Right? I do remember that. I believe that was There was an issue where it was like a soap. He seems to have said, well, we go into that in a minute. There was an issue with it was like Matt Smith and what's his name? Amy and Rory, but it was like a soap magazine cover pastiche, right? I think it was in that one, right? And he's just so full of shit. So this is actually an interesting thing. But look, he's edited these things together. I mean, like, okay, good for you. Oh, wait for you. Show me anywhere in Doctor Who magazine where I've said this is my final DWM feature. I'm off. I can't remember. I can't. Ben, nobody gives a shit about you. Really? Why would it, like, only fucking weirdos clip things out and remember them all time, so you can vanquish your enemies on X? Really? Dude, get a fucking life, mate. And I'm not saying that as a mic drop. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that really as he one human being down. Get a fucking life. This is pathetic. It was in the 2010s, 2015s, around there. Oh, look, I'm saying exactly the same thing. Okay. Well, I wonder why that would be. My poor 9 brass monkeys. Is this really, what's his name? 500 to charity of your choice. If not, you give 500. And I did see you write that. Maybe you forgot. I don't know. But, okay, at any point, do you hear me accept his wager? Like, Ben, because you say it doesn't make it a contract. These people are narcissistic weirdos. They really are. Yeah, Ben, you saying something doesn't make it scientific fact, mate. Why would I lie about that? Yeah, you totally said that. It was like, yeah, why would I lie about it? You did say that. It was like, I remember the time team you had as well, which you destroyed by having your diverse time team. Half of them were turned out to be perverts. I'll start looking around for it then, if you want. And donate money to charity. It's a good thing, right? Be a good person. Donate money to charity. Don't wait for me to give you an excuse, right? Go ahead and donate it. That wasn't me accepting your bonkers challenge because you're batshit fucking crazy, and I don't care enough to go through copies of Doctor Who magazine to find it. It doesn't matter, Ben, and you don't matter, right? That's the thing you really need to get through your head. You don't matter. Good thing. Is it worth the trouble? I might go around and look for it, right? I really might go around and look for it. Yes, I didn't. I forgot the minute this was over. But, like, this doesn't make you look good, Ben. Right? This makes you look like a weirdo. Let's see if you find it. Okay, fine. It goes on. So, yeah, that didn't happen. Right? I didn't accept your bonkers bet, to which I told him, dude, you're bonkers and weirdly obsessive when it comes to me. You are! You're like, dude, like you're like waiting for some content. It's weird, mate. Right? It's weird. I wish you had, like, a stable family that could, like, help you. But you don't. This weird obsession started, I should have said, as I recall, all right? I started when you asked me something along the lines of, who cares if a trans woman goes into female spaces, in a female space? And I pointed out that some women don't like people with penises in the spaces, even if they're women, right? And then you had a meltdown, and it's going on years later. It is. Get a grip, mate. Okay. And for your own sake, get a life. I mean, really. Memory's letting you down, old man. Give the fuck. Your fixation with me started 5 years ago. I didn't fixate. Okay, look, look how he characterizes something, and then I'm going to show you the reality of it, where I'm just being incredibly nice and genuine to him, right? But he can't understand that because he's a fucked up little dude, right? When you barged into my mentions and you invited me on a live stream, I turned you down. You've never got up to it. I don't give a fuck. In fact, I wouldn't have you on. You just, you're disgusting. Like what? So, okay, this is me barging into his live streams, right? Benjamin Cook, love your work. See, I think start off by being nice and pleasant. I saw you got into a spat with Nullzone. We live in incredibly divisive times, and I think there's a lot more you both really agree on than not. So I'd love to help you find some common ground between you. Please get in touch. Thanks. So look, that's not me inviting you on my live stream, right? That's me inviting to try and help you, right? This is me being gracious, and that you're showing this of my as evidence of my feelings is you're bonkers, right? No thanks. Okay, so then you start becoming an arsehole. No thanks. Sorry, Noel describes me as trans as an illness, unnatural. I'll stay clear of those people. Why would you want to fight it? Like no, okay. I posted proof that I'm crazy. Like, besides, he's so boring. It's 2020. The should a woman be allowed to play the doctor debate was had in 2019. She was allowed. She was just shit, right? But thanks for the kind words. And do writer's tale. It changed my life. Okay. I'm just being nice to you, right? You tweeted me. Twitter said that I just saw the conversation come up my Twitter, no idea, and didn't really read all the thread. I saw your question and I thought I answered. Nothing since going on. Okay. He's out of his mind. Right? It's like Ben. These things that you have sourced make you look like a weirdo piece of shit. Right? That you need help. This doesn't help you out. You just should be being grace and nice to you then. I see. Quick look at Twitter and blimey. It's RIP Doctor and bullied. Sorry, he was bullying. And get off Twitter and get yourself a life. Yeah, it's good advice. Get off Twitter and get yourself a life, right? So again, Ben, no one agreed to take you up on your bullshit batshit wager. I don't know why you think I did. Other than you're crazy. Put up or pay up. Well, I put up. I haven't done. Donate to charity, you said. It's a good thing. Yes, not dependent on my action. If you want to donate to charity, donate to charity. That was the clear. Only a fucked up, crazy loser with no life whatsoever could possibly think anybody meant, oh, right, I'm talking about Ben Cook. Okay, dude. Are you a man who, again, I've literally played it, right? And nobody had the same conclusion as you. I've seen your live season, not for me, but don't forget to tell your 22 viewers, okay, if I'm so irrelevant, why are you frothing at the mouth, right? It reckon you're predicting. Okay, fine. Okay, so I'll clip this out for you tomorrow. And again, like that you meant and edited a video of me going, oh, you're crazy. Like, you've looked like genuinely, what you've chosen through this has made me look like a saint and you look like a shit, right? It's not working out the way you think. And honestly, you need to find an honest person who likes you and cares about you, right? Who can discuss these things with you, right? Genuine. And I'm trying to explain something genuinely. He can't understand, right? Because again, what you've chosen to prosecute your case did the opposite. I seem gracious and nice, and you seem like a piece of shit. And that's what you chose to post. At no point did I agree to your wager. When I said, if you give to charity, it's a good thing. I didn't say, I accept your bet, and you will be giving to charity. That didn't happen, right? You are bonkers, Mac bonkers. I'm sorry it all worked out so badly for you. Right? I'm sorry that everything you believed has turned out to be false. I'm sorry that women don't have penises. Right? I'm sorry and that's really, I am sorry that women don't have penises. Now, I don't mind if you believe women can have penises. That's fine. You have your belief, I'll have mine, but you can't dictate my belief, and you can't bully people into pretending they accept your belief. Right? I'm sorry your politics is a fucking failure. Right? I mean, look at Keir Starmer. Look at everywhere your politics is implemented, the country's turned into a shithole. I mean, look at London. London is now a shithole, right? Where Jews are not safe to walk the street, right? It's beyond embarrassing. Thank God for the flag campaign, right? That you're raising the colours. I mean, it's been one of the best things that happened in years. Right? It's all worked out bad for you. Donald Trump came back. You thought he was vanquished. Right, your woke queer Doctor Who failed miserably, right? And your life is still in the shitter, which is, I think, the real problem, right? Get a life, mate. Oh, get a life, settle down, get married. And it's okay that you're gay. Get married to a bloke, right? Whatever you want, right? But get a life. Oh, anyway. Thanks for your inquiry. Fine. Let's get a bit big finish. Oh. There we go. Oh, Just comedy gold, baby. Comedy gold. What can I tell you? And I wasn't planning to do the stream tonight. It's fantastic. Fine. Big finish. Where are we up to? We'll go to what's new. We're up to January 2021, I believe, right? So we did January 2021. Or did we do January 2021? Or we're up to 2022? Oh, now I've got to check. Oh, pain in the ass. I think we're in 2022. Yeah, boss. Okay, but 2022. Doink. Here we go. Fine. Yeah, we're heavy into the deep decline into mediocrity at this point, right? Heavy into it. We do get occasionally something good, right? And you see this year, they really try and reboot everything and restart, and they succeed some places, they fail others, right? So the first reboot, this set was excellent. This is one of the excellent range. Fifth Doctor 40. So these were 2 box sets, and it's to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Peter Davison. You had the weakest story, I think, was a direct sequel to Tomb of the Cybermen that takes place on the spaceship as it takes off from Telos. I don't remember much about the Cyberman that the Ice Warrior tell, other than it's was better than the Cyberman one. Right, the idea is Peter Davison is kind of adrift in his timeline and keeps floating up and down. Right, so this was okay. This was okay, but the second volume, the second set, was so good. Right, knocked it out the park massively that it actually improved the first set. Right, so this was actually one of their successes. Right, Dr. Watch was written and narrated by Matthew Waterhouse. They stopped doing this kind of cover, and I quite like them. They overdid them a little bit, right? But I think they really work for the audiobook range, which I'm not really a fan of, right? Yeah, Matthew Waterhouse wrote this. It's probably quite good, right? I just can't listen to it too long for me. If you like longer books on tape, yeah. Terra Nostra, though, this was their attempt to what to do with Blake 7 now. Everybody's dead. They're all dead, Dave. They're dead. All dead. Dead, Dave. They're dead. Right? So the Terra Nostra was mentioned in one episode of Blake 7. It's more female centric. It's got filler in it, but not much. I don't really remember much about it. This was certainly one of the weaker ones of the Wolves of Blake 7 range. There were a couple of good ones. This is not one of them, which is strange because I thought having filler in it was a good idea. Something else that's strange is Doctor Who's Charlotte Pollard, the Further Adventuress. Right? Really wasn't good at all. Couldn't capture the lightning again. It seems stale. It's really weird how that happened. But that's what happened, right? It was a bit of a shame. Peladon I didn't get because it was political and I thought it'd be more woke shit. And they're shoving a ton of doctors in it and member bearers and stuff to get you to buy it. So fuck off. Yeah. It might be great. These are all warning signs to me, right? Not a warning sign, but actually was Bernie Summerfield. I wasn't doing the audiobook range. Lone Centaurian, I guess they wanted to get what's named Arthur Darwin. It's not a bad idea for a series. But again, this series is something that'll be better if it came out in 2012, right? Which is impossible, right? When Big Finish was smaller and it's a more intimate company and you felt like supporting, it would have been a more innovative range. But by the time it's out here, it was just too big. It was Big Finish was too big and this range was too small. So yeah, it kind of got lost. What was really good though, this reboot of the Tim Treloar, Tim Treloar Third Doctor stuff. Now, generally speaking, right, the dead Doctors are always the better ones, right? Big Finish, always the better ones. But so there's 2 things that made this good. It was the first time they did a season 7 story, like a 7-parter one. But also it incorporated a post-war games Troughton Doctor played by, what's he called again? Michael Troughton, who was their new second Doctor, taking over from Fraser Hines, right? And so they're bringing that whole range in a new direction, which was very good for a couple of years. It's been kind of like, it's lost its way a bit recently, as much as Big Finish has, right? Sadly. Survivors, New Dawn. Yeah, no, I was out. I'm not coming back. Short Trips, Volume 11. No, I was out of that as well, sadly. Not coming back. But this was actually really good. Okay, look, man, this is more good than bad right now, which is very unusual, right? Doctor Who Night talking about old friends. So there's a 2-part Cyberman story in it, which is excellent, right? It really feels like it fits into both the Eccleston Doctor, which is very like northern working man's rights Doctor. Every planet has a north, or lots of planets have a north, right? And the Cybermen were very good in it. In the previous set, there was also another very good Cybermen story. There's a third story in this, which I can't remember what it was, which is a sign that it probably wasn't that great. But I think this is where Nick Briggs parts from the range, and boy, can you tell. Right? Yeah, you can really tell. Fond Farewell. Yeah. It was just a fluffer, right? A stocking stuffer. Well, it was a very throwaway episode. Back in the Bush audio. I don't really like the audiobooks. And this is where the Space 1990 range crashed and burned and died. So sad. Oh, it is so sad. Right? Because it was a great range and they really put it together well, but they couldn't keep their idiot politics out of that. I'm like, again, Nick Briggs, do you think we don't know what you think about Brexit? We don't care what you fucking think about Brexit. Oh, fine. Just stop with it. So this was a terrible and thinly veiled Brexit analogy that Commissioner Simmons, who was like the arsehole bad guy, he wins an election by essentially cheating and then puts all his resources into finding a way back to Earth. And Commander Coleman was like, damn it, it's simply not possible. And they're clearly talking about Brexit, right? And then because Simmons pushes the Brexit thing, the Earthbound thing, they miss an opportunity to actually get back to Earth or something like that. I can't tell. But again, you could have written it the opposite way, right? Right? That Koenig wants to do Brexit and they miss out on it because Simmons stops them, right? Right, and it killed the Range Stone Dead. Tragic, right? It's got around for 10, 15 box sets. Tragic. It's so stupid. Get out your own way, you imbeciles, right? And if you can't stop thinking about something, that's a sign that you're not well. Like Ben Cook, right? It's a sign that you're not well. Stingray Range again wasn't really for me. But if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. Unit Nemesis, I was out by it. See, this is the time I stopped becoming a completist. It was essentially, what's it called? Stranded? Yeah, Stranded was it. So once you stop becoming completist, it all goes. So yeah, I've got to log in to see. I can't remember which ones I bought. Hang on. Well, so it's 322. Right, so let me log in and I'll see. Because I think I got the second volume of that unit series. I can't remember. Well, again, and this is why I don't buy that much from Big Finish anymore. Really, it's not letting me log in. It's like getting the Wizzy Wheel. Don't give me a Wizzy Wheel. Really? Okay. Has the website just gone down? Oh no, fine, we're in. All right. Okay, I'm logged in. We go to what's new? Oh, what's going on there? So it's what's that? 322, I believe, is where we're up to. Share, yeah, we got doing a share screen. So yeah, I was out by I bought the first one. I was like, it had the 9 in it, but look, Gemma Redgrave is just like snoozerama, all right? Real snoozer. 8th of March 2 prediction. Oh, fuck off. Women are women being womanly, being super women. Okay, look. I don't know where rich, white, blonde, college educated women how they started to believe they were an oppressed underclass. They're not, right? They're not. Georgia Tennant, you'll never been an oppressed underclass. Neither have you, Lala Ward. None of you have. Fuck off. Avengers Comics Redemption adaptations as well. I didn't really like this range. I thought John Wadham was just okay as Steed, and I was okay with it with the early ones where you could like get a feeling of what those lost stories look like because it's very different from Avengers. And Olivia Polet, she just never sold it to me. This wasn't bad though. These two stories. One was I like the Blood of the Time Lords. Right, that seemed to be like it would fit really nicely as a season 16 Time Lord story. It really worked quite well. Ravencliff Witch, not less so, and it introduced Neris Hughes, who was going to be a companion. And again, that was just kind of like a bit of a cul-de-sac, I'm afraid. Torchwood, I was out of. Oh, God, Mind at Hojack. Fucking awful. Fucking awful. Oh, my God. So this was Russell Lee Davies' script that he wrote when he was a kid. When he was like, 19, 20. There's a spec script for Doctor Who. And it's like, it's unlistenably bad. It's really awful. Oh, one of the worst releases of all time. Now, that's later. I'll go for it. Stranded 4. I am out. I am sorry. You can have Quarks, you can have Cybermen, you can have Daleks, but when you get chicks with dicks, then it's like it just feels that somehow insidiously woke, and I'm not up for it. But then, First Doctor Adventures relaunched with Stephen Noonan and Lauren Cornelius, and it's gold, right? I tell you, when Big Finish do something good, they do it good, right? This is absolute gold. Now, Stephen Noonan doesn't sound like a dead ringer for William Hartnell, but his performance is so accurate. I see past that, right? I really do. And the chemistry he has with Lauren Cornelius is, to me, one of the archetypal doctor companion relationships. It's just perfect, right? It really is. They play off so well against each other. All right, so I find this to be pure Doctor Who, right? So a really good range they're doing there. Although the last one's been a bit of a wobble, right? And then they brought back the Doctor Who Unbound Doctor of War Genesis. So this was awesome as well. This was Tom Baker, my favorite moment in Doctor Who, doing the "Do I have the right" speech, and then he goes, "Yeah, I guess I do, right? I guess I do." One second. My something about food. What's going on? Ooh. Okay. Now I'm confused, right? My wife said they're going to the shawarma place. I love shawarma, right? But I ate today. I had dinner and it was really good. I'm kind of full, but I love their shawarma. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. Still full from dinner and pissed off about it because I love that shawarma. And no, Ben Cook, that isn't me accepting your wager. Such a weirdo. Oh, poor little bloke. Anyway, so this was good because it was like really good. $27 isn't bad as well. I think that's reasonable. There should be $9.99, frankly. But you had like really interesting time-bending stories, right? So the Tom Baker's Doctor decides he does have the right and destroys the Daleks, and in his angst, he regenerates into a war doctor, Colin Baker, right? And it's bit of a winner, I would say, right? Bit of a winner. Companion Chronicles, Second Doctor, Volume 3. I don't remember any of it. I bought it and I don't remember it. So I just don't like these Thunderbirds releases either. They're from children's books and they sound like children's books. I'm not interested. I'm a grown up. One thing I'm not interested. Yeah, they rebooted the Sixth Doctor range awfully, right? With Rachel Medley, who's an angry woman in a wheelchair working on an oil rig for some reason, right? Who becomes a character and just says like, look at that angry little puss. Oh God, I don't know. I don't know why she or anybody would think anybody has anything against people in wheelchairs, right? I think if you're in a wheelchair and you have purple hair and you're screaming at somebody, they're a Nazi because you think Sadiq Khan had turned London into a shithole. Right? Yeah, it's not the wheelchair. It's the purple hair screaming you're a Nazi is the problem. Right? Ugh. So, yeah, the awful. I don't think there's been a buyable Sixth Doctor release in years and years. Right? I just bought one. I can't get myself to listen to it. So now the second season of the Ninth Doctor begins very much without Nicholas Briggs, as you can tell. It completely loses focus. And the stories just get dull and plodding, right? Meanwhile, good things are happening over here with the War Doctor begins. This is the second one, I think. Jonathan Carey takes on the role, and holy shit, is he good in this role, right? What was I watching today? I don't know, but like he could absolutely cosplay as this Doctor and pull it off, right? He really should. Like, he really should. I think that they would sell more as well. But, like, I don't know. I would find a way of doing one of those Pete McTeague shorts with him as the War Doctor. And you could do it like, mate, it'll just do your resume good. Right? Because he really brings that performance. So I generally think this range has been very, very strong. This is one of the strongest of the Worlds of Blake 7-1, Heroes and Villains. Essentially because it had interesting characters in. You had the torturer guy from, what's his name? Shrinker. Dorian one was really good, right? And what's the one? Armageddon Queen. I don't remember what story was it from? The deal with Dorian, that was pretty good, and everybody talks to Shrinker, right? Both excellent stories, right? I can't remember the third one, but this was a good release. This was awful release. Sherlock Holmes, I still subscribe to it, right? I do like the Nick Briggs Sherlock Holmes, and I do like the Jonathan Barnes, continuation of it. Robots is dull as fucking ditch water. I mean, here, look at the cover, and you can see the problem. It's fat old women in space. Oh, fuck off with the fat old women in space. Survivors go away, and it did. Out of Time 3. These are all recorded, I believe, during lockdown, and this is a reasonably mediocre story. It's Colin Baker, Weeping Angels, David Tennant. Instead of called Blink, it was called Wink because you keep winking with different eyes, so you always seeing. I don't know. This had a very much law of diminishing returns. I don't really remember it at all. I remember it being very bright. The sign of the story was it was like just very bright. There was like a mirrored city or something like that. That was bad, I think, for the Weeping Angels. Warmaster Self-Defense. The Warmaster Rangers started to ache at this point, right? Go on a bit. It's slowing down, and putting David Tennant in it seemed a bit. Again, he was home from lockdown. Seemed a bit of a desperate move. Not a bad story, but like not totally missable. Not one of the best in the Warmaster range. All right, and then we got Yeah, so now we got the these two more Fourth Doctor ones. He's companionless in all these ones. It's the 9, which is an earlier version of the 11, which is a fantastic villain, who's like an evil kleptomaniac. It's really excellent. Dreams of Avarice. Who wrote that? Because it was really good, right? It was really Guy Adams did an excellent job. Excellent job of that. And Shell Shock was meh, forgettable. Silver and Ice also meh. It was a return to not Peladon. What's it called again? Rebos. And it was meh, and it was a pretty meh Cyberman story as well, with like Christmas tinsel. You can imagine it being done on the BBC budget at the time, but that's all the only thing you can really rank it for. Here's another relaunch. What month are we on now? July. Another relaunch and awesome. Absolutely awesome. The second Doctor Adventures Beyond the War Games, fantastic box set. One of their finest, right? It's basically how Patrick Troughton became an agent for the CIA after the War Games, and it feels like 1970 TV. Really good. 2 excellent stories. You have a Dalek story, or Daleks are in it. I think it's more on Skaro. All right, and then you have a is it Iceman story, Ice Warrior story. Both excellent, right? Really good range. Does a fantastic job. Unit Brave New World, Van Bear one, not interested. Again, but look, again, once you stop being completist, boom, you like, oh, you would have bought all of this stuff. Emancipation of the Dark, but I can't do these long. How long is it? Written by Jonathan Ross. I bet it's good, right? But like, how long is it? 417. I can't do that. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 40, 7 hours. Oh, it just is too much. I can't. Reach of the Stargate. This was really naff as well. This is when I stopped buying them. It's got the Dream Crabs in them. By the way, Last Christmas, which is where the Dream Crabs came in, fantastic, right? I really recommend you go back and rewatch it. They're a great villain, right? This is just it was kind of it was a bit meandering, right? It was meandering and didn't really do much for me. Right. So there you go. UFO again. Look, you screamed at your customer how you hated them if you didn't think women had penises, right? You're obsessed with it, you are. And then whenever anybody would bring it up, you say, "Why are you obsessed with it?" Right? In yesteryear, I would have given you a punt. All right, I would have given you a punt, and I probably would have enjoyed it. I probably would have bought more. Right? But no. And again, this is right as you destroy the Space 1999 range, right? So dumb of you, right? Dire River Song is what still going on? Series 10, well past its sell by date. Stop getting them a long time ago. Purity Undreamed again. Look at this. Chicks in Space and Colin Baker, like. What about this looks appealing to anyone? Oh God, it looks awful. I don't want to. Yeah, and pretty much it was right. Nice Oxford Range again. I was still getting them at this point, and I was on the way out. There's a Christmas story, and it's not that great. It's got what's his name in it, who's a great actor. I think somewhat underused in today's world. What's his name? Pip Torrance, is it? Where is that? Pip Torrance. Fantastic actor, right? It's been in a ton of stuff. And is good in everything. Yeah, it's just, and he plays Mr. Frost, but it's not a Christmas story, right? The Unquiet Dead was way more Christmassy, right? So it doesn't really work. Gallifrey War Room Alliance, no. Again, I was well out of this. Again, this is deep in the culture war when you're screaming how much you online, you're screaming how much you hated it. I think this is the one we had like this real toxic troll writing for it, didn't you? Yeah, Theo Treatherway. They used to have another name. I can't remember. But she was awful online. And like, okay, that's who you want to bring in. Fuck thee, bye-bye. Right? And, okay, good for you. Right? Again, once you stop buying everything, you stop buying most. But I still kept on. Okay, that was good, but we'll get to that in a second. What month are we on? September. Okay, I'm going to say 2022. It's been a solid year. Right? Okay, the Sixth Doctor range is on its ass this year. But like Doctor, the Unbound, the David Troughton, the Michael Troughton Second Doctor, the Third Doctor release, knocking out the park. Right? Most things have been good. Wow. So I'm kind of impressed. So yeah, so now you got 40 Volume 2, which is an awesome, like as an 8-part Fifth Doctor autumn story, right? With Chameleon. It's wonderful, right? It's so good. One of my all-time best Fifth Doctor stories. Right, got the Brigadier in it, the Master. It works on every level. How many episodes did they say? It's 3 discs, so it's like 6 or 8 parts. It was a lot, right? It was quite a few parts. Really, really, really good. I think that was the last release I bought for the Fifth Doctor. I don't know. Then turns out the Classic Companions. No, David Tennant, fuck off. I'm like done with you already, and I'm like, I'm not that enraptured with David Tennant. Right, even then he was getting grating. Right. So yeah, I didn't really need it. Right. David Tennant meets frumpy old women again. It's like, okay. This was very good. Was this the last one in this range? I think so. I think David Warner passed away afterwards. Right. This was really good. The New Adventures of Bernie Summerfield, Blood and Steel. That's this place in Paris at the dawn of World War II. It really tied into like the 1930s fascism, right? Of Paris and over the Berlin. I think it was Berlin, right? Great stories, really well written. And the thing I always liked about this is these are always Bernie Summerville stories with an alternate dimension Doctor. The alternate dimension Doctor was, wasn't the main character Bernie Summerfield was, and it again really, really worked, right? Torchwood, not interested. And this was the last one they did, and it was good in a lot of ways, but like this was you could see them stretching it at this point, right? There wasn't much more they could do, right? With this, War Doctor, Colin Baker War Doctor. But yeah, it was not as good as the first one, but still pretty darn good. And then again, I like they always re-release stuff. The Unbound collection for $36 isn't bad at all. Not interested in the what's it called again? The Walls of Blake Seven tie-in novels. This looked really fun. I nearly bought this. But again, I was out the habit. TV 21 Audio Annual 2022. Anything can happen. I think this is a lovely idea. We have lots of different stories happening in the Jerry Anderson. I wish if they did one of these a year, I would probably get one. But I think it's a lovely idea. It really works. It really works. October 2022, Rose Tyler, Dimension Canon. No, it didn't. It seemed tired, right? It seemed tired. 11 Doctor Chronicle with Jake Dubman. Look, Jake Dubman, I think it sounds very much like Matt Smith, and I think he's a good replacement for him, right? This new companion, not interested in her at all. And so I kind of dodged the whole thing. And I don't really feel like I missed anything. I bought, this was the second Eric Roberts Master one. I don't know if I've ever listened to it. They have I like the Master has this Master has his own theme tune, right? Which is very like Middle Eastern, like because it's very serpent charmer sort of thing. Man, they put out 2 Torchwood things a month. They must be doing better than I noticed. Another thing, excellent, Kaleidoscope. So they're just releasing their version of Sky right now, right? So this was Doctor Who meets Sky. It was great. It was Tim Trelaw, Sadie Miller, what's her name? John Coleshaw as the Brig. It was great, right? And again, it really felt like a later Pertwee story, right? They really, really 100%. Who wrote it? Right, but again, the Kaleidoscope, it had so many like touches to Sky, right? It really was. Alan Barnes, he wrote it. He did an excellent job, right? Genuine excellent job. Dorian Gray, I guess I must have been out of that. Yeah, Dorian Gray was a good little range, right? It kind of overstayed its welcome. I think not everything has so much life. Okay, this was one of the good after the Worlds of Blake 7 releases. After the war, I love a bit of Brian Croucher and how he survived the war, weirdly. And then he went on to be Stephen Grief, didn't he? I can't remember. But it wasn't bad. It was basically like moving the story forward and having Travis still alive somehow. The 8th Doctor range still floundering ever since Stranded. They still live Schenker. Is this before she was into the Chicks with Dicks or afterwards? I don't know. Don't really care. But I think I tried this one. I think I legally downloaded it and I got bored. I'm like, oh, leave me alone. So I think that's where I was right now. Sullivan Cross. Yeah, this was. The problem with this is what's her name? Naomi. What's her name? Eleanor Crooks, right? She is she's just not good enough. Is the bottom line. So they tried to do something interesting. They introduced. This is like the middle of the story when they have Harry Sullivan and Eleanor Crooks. Her name is Cross, right? Traveling with the 7th Doctor. The story. Oh, this is the beginning of their story. The middle of the story was in the unit set, right? And the end of the story, I think, was with the 4th Doctor, or maybe the other way around. I know. But the problem was, look, she is. They Photoshop her to make her look smaller, more like companion-like, right, on the cover. And in reality, she's built like a brick shithouse, like towers above. Look, like towers above everybody else. She's just physically totally wrong to be a companion or that type of companion, right? She could be like, I don't know, a space assassin or something like that. But like, and so it doesn't really work, right? It doesn't work to. You can't get beyond that physicality. You can hear it in the performance. Shilling and Sixpence somehow got a second season. I couldn't stand it. It was like dinner theater. Still got High Frontier. That was. Is this the second series? Yeah. So the second one was actually very good, right? The first one was Mother Earth, and it didn't really work. The second one. Look, you got to have Kenzie in it, right? You got to have like the first one didn't have Kenzie in it, and you really felt it. But is this the one where they were on Mars? I can't remember that. Hang on. What's the one before this called? Oh, I think this was the last one I got. Okay, this is the last one I got. So the Mars series was good, and this was okay, but it was. Here's the point. By the time I got to this one, I went. You know what? Do I have enough? Do I want any more Star Cops in my life? Do I need any more Star Cops in my life? And the answer was no. Really, I like those 9 episodes and the that Mars 2 box sets. That was right. And this is where I climbed out. Wasn't because it was woke or bad or lecturing. It just my interest had been sapped away. Again, sapped away. And why? Because instead of telling stories, they are busy lecturing, right? Again. Every time you have Rebecca Root in it, it's a lecture. It's a lecture that women have penises, right? And the reason I'm going over about saying it very often is because you keep saying it on this, right? I'm sick of the lecture. So much lecturing, so much Big Finish. And after we already covered that. Hang on one second. What's anybody? Let's get a contact. No, hang on. I got a letter from somewhere. Nothing important. Where am I up to? Doink. Babin Ascending ebook. Here Lies Drax. I don't think I even bothered to get this one. Right? It was the Eighth Doctor is just adrift, and it still is, and it's never found its quality again. It really hasn't. This was the absolute best of the War Master releases. Escape from Reality, running from a Dalek, Psi Squad or some weird, sci-fi Dalek thing. He goes and hides in the land of fiction, and he's so great as he's so evil, right? And he knows that the other characters are fiction, and he plays with them. This is great. $40, great? No, but great. Connections, go away, not interested. Banbury, you're not interested. This was actually one of the best releases of the year. The volume 3 of the Jonathan Carey War Doctor releases. So He Who Fights with Monsters. So I think 2022 is a year where they're really trying to bounce back. And I think to a great extent they did, right? So this is essentially Apocalypse Now with the War Doctor. And just a fantastic villain. It's one story, and it works so much better for it, right? Ken Bones is in it. Who is it? Nicholas the Provost is in it, right? And they're all very excited to have him, and I can see why. He's clearly an actor with experience and weight, even though I have no idea who he is. Allies and Enemies. Also, this one isn't bad as well. Yeah, this has both Travises in it. Right, this is not bad as well, but again, honestly, the range, the World's a Big Finish, it's stretched right now to its max, right, and it's going to fall apart. Doink. So there you go, 2022. So I would say 2022 was a real swing in the right direction, right? A couple of things were shit, but generally speaking, 2022 far better than I thought it would be. Wow. Okay. I stand reasonably impressed. What are we up to? Fine. So I got this one written by read by Michael Travis because I love his second Doctor, and it's written by Kate Allman. But again, I'd never finished reading it. I'd never finished listening to it. I got like halfway through. It's just too hard, right? Torchwood Double. No, I think I didn't bother with that. Was that the one? Wait. Was this the one with Amari Douglas? Yeah. Okay. So this was an interesting premise. This was Unit set in the Torchwood set in the 70s with Louise Jameson and Amari Douglas. Sadly, it doesn't really, and Aldens, but sadly, it doesn't really meet its potential. Right? Tyra Riverside still going. No one gives a shit. Okay, let's try and revamp the Time War again and do Cass. So I don't know why they put this in the top, call this Volume 5. Time War Volume 1, 2, 3, 4 is one contained story. Right? This is an entirely different story with an entirely different person playing Alex, the Doctor's great-grandson, which is another Paul McGann kid, meeting up with a woman from the Night of the Doctor short, and it doesn't really make any sense, and the stories aren't that compelling. Again, another misfire, right? This is a real misfire for the 8th Doctor. So the 8th Doctor and the 8th, 6th, and 7th Doctor, so 6th, 7th, and 8th Doctor not doing well right now, right? Not doing well. First, second, and third, and fourth doing good. Fourth is coasting a little bit, but you got Tom Baker. Fine. So more short trips. The 8th, the 9th Doctor range, has this is the point where it just fell off a cliff. It's like it's just Shades of Fear. It's always a sign that it's a bad box set, right? When it's a very generic name that could be put Shades of Fear, right? I noticed that around this time. So then we got First Doctor Adventures, the Demon Song, excellent, right? These are adventures that I was really looking forward to every year at this point, right? Really like the Doctor Dodo combination, Stephen Noonan, Lauren Cornelius. Again, pure Doctor Who, right? Really genuinely pure Doctor Who. It's like hits the essence of Doctor Who. 11 Doctor Chronicles, yeah, no, not interested. This I got, and I fucking regretted it. The Doctor Who, the Third Doctor Adventures, Return of Jo Jones, woke shit. So it was a lovely idea having Tim Treloar team up with Katie Manning as Jo Jones as she's older, right? After Stephen Bevan had died. But after her husband had died and going on adventures again. But honestly, if you saw the what was it? The season 8, I think it's season 8 Blu-ray trailer, where I call it Lesbians of the Deep, right? Where you have two women in a cave and they go, "Oh, we're lesbians, hi!" And I'm like, what? Why are we talking about this? And then they find a sea devil egg with Joe Grant, but it's just woke shit. Exodus Collected. That was an experiment that really didn't work. Generally speaking, I like the Iris Wild film, but I don't like the what's it called again? Books on Tape, right? Oh, we see the logo's changed. So there's great hope right now. Things are going to get better. Oh, how wrong we were. How wrong we were. 2023 was a very disappointing year, wasn't it? I mean, we had October 7th as well. So this is a Neresh Hughes and Leela, I think, stories. Ice Heist, which was that was kind of an interesting idea. It was Dishonorable Ice Warriors, right? Dishonorable Ice Warriors doing a bank heist or something. That's quite good. But generally, the Neresh Hughes character never really worked. More 8th of March. This one actually seemed to like it might be okay, but oh god, honestly. This was released a year earlier in Terror of the Master in the Master box set and is excellent. Only 1587. Okay, this is really worth it. John Coltrane reads a book on tape. It's in 6 episodes. It feels like an episode, a Doctor Who story. Really good. I love John Coltrane's performance. UFO, Breaking Point. Well, Breaking Point for them it was their last box set. And again, don't be surprised if you stop selling stuff when you keep telling everybody how much you hate them because they have different politics to you, right? Like, don't be surprised. Here's something is amazing to me. This is what year? It is. We're in March 2020, so it's been over 2 years, right? You have these, which is a very good idea, right? This box set of Blake Seven Season 1 novelizations by great writers: Paul Cornell, Mark Platt, Gary Russell, Jacqueline Rayner, Una McCormack, James Goff, and Steve Cole, right? Really good idea. But why not do them as books on tape now? I would do them books on tape with an AI Paul Darrow. Genuinely, I would. And pay the Paul Darrow estate. But they're probably too scared of their audience. Okay, so now another experiment which failed. And that's really, honestly, I can't think of an experiment that hasn't failed in the last several years. Right, Ronnie takes on Whirlwind. Okay, so we'll get back to that in a second. The Fifth Doctor Conflicts of Interest. Yeah, this is 2 unconnected stories that were quite dull. Yeah, I wish they learned from the 40 box sets where you have one unified story, right? It makes it much stronger, right? Yeah, I was out the High Frontier then. Robots still going on, still boring, still fat old women in space. Beyond Bannerman Road, they didn't get that far beyond. They had like 1 story or 2 box sets or something like that. Yeah, sadly, Survive the New Dawn. I guess no one was really buying that either. That petered out, didn't it? Okay, so now we're in Once and Future. This was a success, right? This was a genuine success. Probably the best, obviously the best thing for the 6th anniversary, right? Because the David Tennant stuff was garbage. Oh, man, annoying garbage. But this was really good. Essentially, it was just silly, right? The Doctor just kept changing between his different selves, including his clothes, right? And it was like an amalgam. Each one was an amalgam of like different stuff. And this one kind of worked, right? This one did kind of work. You had Fourth Doctor Sarah Jane, played by Sadie Miller, Gemma Redgrave, boring as hell, meddling monk, yeah, and all these Osgood, all that stuff kind of merged together. It all felt very frothy and celebration-y, right? So this was good. This is bad. I don't know. I didn't buy it. Ninth Doctor Pioneers, again, it just, I don't know. Well, the cover, I think, shows frumpy old woman in space. Who is it now? Is Leader in this one? They normally put Louise Jameson in sight when it's doing badly. Like, quick, get Louise Jameson in. Might do the trick. So this one was a failure, right? This is the. Is this the fifth? Yeah, this is the fifth one. 5 and 6 all focus on this character, this like android female robot assassin character that was in the I think the second or third box set as a single story. So box sets 5 and 6 focus on her sidelining the War Doctor, and again they all fucking do this. So annoying. They create absolute gold and then they sideline them because they're bored with them almost instantly. Right, so yeah, here the War Doctor is very much pushed off to the side for the Stunning and Brave Girls, the cure to everything. And Dark Season, Legacy Rising, not really for me. Kate Winslet was in it, which I think kind of find wild. Right, but hope they did well. Can't have done that well because they don't do it anymore. And now more of the Sixth Doctor girls, frumpy girls in space range. I mean, like. Why would anybody want this? I don't know. It's just nothing about this seems appealing. This is weird. This isn't a missing story or lost story. This is the table read for the Terry Nathan script of Genesis of Daleks. It's a table read, and it's just why? I just why? And then. They definitely tried to win people back with Dragon's Domain. Did an excellent job with it, but alas, you couldn't unfuck that fuck up, right? The Earthbound fuck up. You couldn't unfuck it, right? You really generally couldn't. So at this point, Solitary Confinement, it was boring. Hate to tell you, the War Master went off the boil from this point on. The Ark in Space, the original version of Ark in Space. I didn't get it because I imagine it's very much like Revenge of the Cybermen, which was Return of the Cybermen, which was Revenge of the Cybermen with the Robert Holmes taken out, and it was way inferior. Once in the Future, this was a more one of the weaker ones. Colin Baker's in it as the curator. It's mainly a Peter Davison and Georgia Tennant story, and they had to it's kind of like a bank heist kind of one. Not the best, but not the worst, right? Yeah, the Fourth Doctor Adventure, Angels and Demons. They had Weeping Angels in one story, and Wizard of Time, Friendly Invasion. Yeah, all of these are skippable, right? Totally skippable. Far From Home, again, Sullivan Cross, for me, makes it unlistenable. She's just not convincing, right? And you know, the trouble is, being a minority means there's a minority of them. Right, there's just not as many. There's not unlimited black companion-like girls, right? That you you can hire. It just isn't, as what's her name? Eleanor Crooks point proves. Prisoners of London. Who wrote this one? Also written by Matthew Waterhouse. That's interesting. And I think he probably likes writing them. Unit Master of Time. I was so out of it by this point. Time Slip. They did a third box set. I thought they died after the second. This is the best one, right? This is the best of the Once and Future range. A Genius for War, right? It's Davros has a cunning plan in the middle of the Time War. He wants to defect and betray the Daleks. And the Doctor and Venklin, who's a recurring character, and General, whatever his name is, they go on a mission to go and get Davros. Brilliant, right? Really good one. And again, all these are very celebratory. All these ones are loving every moment of Doctor Who. Knocking out the park again with the second Doctor Adventures, where he meets up with James Robert McCrimmon, right? And it's interesting. They have like all these alternate timelines, and they try and cover every future that Jamie has had in comics and audio and books, in all kinds of things, which really worked, right? God, I'm so glad I'm out of Torchwood. Diary River song somehow still going. Traveling Hope. Oh, Hope. Oh, Hope is a word that they should be stricken from their mouths. All right. Not very good. So this Once and Future, it was an older Harry Sullivan with Jackie. Oh, very 2000s, right? Jackie Tyler was in it along with Michelle Ryan's Lady Christina. This one again hang together well. It really did hang together well. And again, it's not under that much creative stress because it's an anniversary story, right? And anniversary stories are generally speaking a bit fluffy. Time slip, I guess they did another couple of time slips one. Purity Unbound, Purity fuck off. Oh God, how many of these have they done now? Just like I keep saying, I don't want to know. Right? I don't want to know. This was great. Heart of the Empire, one of the few adaptations I found superior to the actual comic in a lot of ways. But the way they brought David Tennant into it a lot more was very, very clever. There's a computer in it called Wotan, and they had the voice of Wotan be David Tennant. So he was more of a presence throughout. I like both of these releases a lot. I think I like the comic books as well. So this is good stuff, right? That's a recommend. Fifth Doctor in the Night. God, it sounds dull. This is actually a good one as well. Once in Future, Martian Invasion on Planetoid 50. Again, it's the Paternoster Gang, David Tennant, Missy, and Victoriana, right? The whole thing is really, really fun. Good, big recommend. And then, fuck me. We are all so excited, right? We were all so excited about, the new Rusty Davis era. And then this happens. Let me see if I can pull up that trailer. Oh, here, one second. Doink. Doink. Doomsday Doctor Who. Is this it? Oh, God. It's like every time I see this, I can't. My brain can't quite process how unbelievably awful Suze Kempner is, right? And look, she is unbelievably awful in Twitter, right? In real life, she's unbelievably awful. Where we go? Okay, Wizzy Will.
I'm Doom. Blame my mother. I'm the universe's greatest assassin.
Again, look, she's so full of herself. The bestest ever. See, this is pure diversity hire, right? Never, ever having to face criticism based on the quality of performance, which quite frankly is atrocious. On an awful character.
And in one day, I'm going to die. Unless
well, no one's complaining.
Yes, I can find the doctor. Someone sent death. Literal death.
I can't. I think this. So look, Big Finish, I say, was on a bit of a incline. I think it was doing pretty well. This might be where it started to, come off the rails. Could it be? Well, let's look further and find out. Right? Could it be? More Survivors, More New Dawn, Gallifrey Warham, don't care. Again, when you staff it with people who say they hate your audience, then don't be surprised when that audience goes bye-bye. Right? So these were good re-releases. The Eighth Doctor and Lucy Miller Chronicles. Right? That was pretty darn good stuff. This one was a real disappointment. This is one of the weakest ones, and the one I was looking forward to most. It was Christopher Eccleston with David Warner. I thought that would be great, but it was a weak story. had Liv Schenker in it and the Lumiere, who is a female master who's super nice, right? It's a shit character, a shit idea, and they keep going back to it. The Intelligence War, this was, I can't remember. Yeah, this was, again, this range is just knocking out the park. You can be reasonably sure if it's a third Doctor release, it's going to be good. Paternoster Gang, they rebooted. I don't know how well it did. I never really liked the Paternoster Gang on TV, so I wasn't about to get it. So Once in Future, they're wraps up with Paul McGann, with River Song, and what's her name? Carol Ann Ford, and does a fine job, right? I think it actually puts together well. Omega Factor, I guess they tried to revive it, and it failed. It failed. Again, don't spend your life telling everybody how much you hate them and then ask them for money. All right? Yeah, okay. Maybe that's the moment Big Finish started to fall apart, because this is an obscenity. Right, this is one of the worst things I've ever heard. Right, introduce a new character, Audacity. She's a black woman who's some kind of lady or aristocrat in the 18th century, and she's cleverer than everybody else, and she's just the bestest ever. Right, and she's arrogant and she looks down at everyone. And again, it is pure DEI. This is, oh God. This is pure shit. And she's a fine actress, Jay Griffiths. Just the character is nails on a fucking chalkboard. All right? And it's like, I think it was, who wrote it? Lisa McMullen invented the character, I think. And she said, oh, it's a self-insert. We know. Fuck me, we know, Lisa. That wasn't hard to work out, frankly. It truly awful, right? Absolutely. Well, must be honest, truly awful. But then again, we are seeing the David Tennant stuff right now and go, what the fuck's this? Right? War Master. Now that you can tell the range is doesn't know what it's doing when it has 4 individual stories with and all like somewhat gimmicky. Doctor Who, The Art of the Order of Adventures. Yeah, I bet you didn't sell many of those. $60 bloody. Are you kidding me? Like, maybe you want to show some, like, pictures of it? Yeah, okay. I mean, like, I don't know. I think that one was a bit optimistic, quite frankly. Jake Dudman doing the 10th Doctor. It didn't really work because you got David Tennant doing the 10th Doctor at the same time. Another John Coleshaw. What's it called again? Book on tape. Who wrote this one? I get the feeling it wasn't written by Lizzie Hopley, right? And doesn't have the strongest track record. There are a few okay things. Yeah, the whole like Jake Dubman 11th Doctor doesn't really work. The chimes, I don't even remember that. Don't even remember it. Man, I was well out the loop by then. Audacity. Oh, God, this was awful. Every time I see it, it just gets worse and worse and worse. Right? She nails on a chalkboard. Right? You can't even imagine how awful this character is. Enemy Mine, another shit one. I would really give this one a miss. That they got another crack at it after this, I was quite impressed. But like, yeah, no, this was a mistake, right? I'm sorry, this was a mistake. Everywhere and anywhere. Again, look, I'm glad you had that experiment, but I don't see anybody rushing to go back to them. Frankly, if you wanted to sell them, I would put all 4 box sets together for $9.99. Right? Just the cost of these things are ridiculous. Ronnie takes on the whirlwind, the revenge of Ronnie takes on the world, the revenge of Wormwood. I guess not so much. This was awful. Yeah, fuck me. That was it. It was the Doomsday release, then sent Doctor Who on a nosedive trajectory. The 7th Doctor, the last day. This was awful. I've got literally every one of the 7th Doctor releases on Big Finish, right? I got like I've been with all of them, and I couldn't work out which character was or where I heard them from. They're just like all these characters, and you're supposed to know who they are. and you have no bloody idea, right? And it's like an evil alternate Seventh Doctor where Ace is putting together a ragtag group to put him down or something. It's shit, right? I thought this would be something like the Sixth Doctor Final Adventure. No, it's shit. Confusing shit, and the second volume got even worse, apparently. Fine, let's do 2024. We're on a roll. Yeah. Again, I wish you would understand how incredibly off-putting it is having Rebecca Root on that. And God bless her. I have nothing against her, right? But like, clearly she's a bloke wearing a dress, and I think she's not well. And I think this celebration of not being well and promotion of it is probably a bad idea, right? I think it's probably a bad idea. Okay, so now we have something good, right? This was a good little range, and you can see how things are going pear-shaped because they take things that were box sets and now they're selling them individually. So you got Sontarans versus Rutans, which is celebrating the 50th anniversary or something of Sontarans and Rutans, maybe. I'm not sure. But you got 4 linked stories with 4 interesting Doctor companion crews. The Battle of the Giant's Causeway. I really like that. It's got the 8th Doctor, Chris, and Charlie. It's a very deep dive one, right? And they're pretty darn good stories, and they all fit together and work well. This was a success. That's Army didn't get. This was a success as well, and there's some animation of this online by Dinopuff. It is gorgeous, right? Absolute gorgeous. So this is a really clever story. Who wrote this one? There's not really enough Lauren Cornelius in this for me, right? Written by Jonathan Morris. So essentially, you have old Vicky, and suddenly the Doctor turns up, and they go off on an adventure together. It's saying it's not nothing. It's not as things seem, and the Doctor isn't as he seems, right? Which becomes apparent quite quickly. But it's really, this is fantastic, right? It's an engrossing story where you really genuinely care about this Doctor and the character. They really knock it out the park. So again, Star Cops is now, they moved to an individual release strategy because I think people aren't buying box sets anymore because the economy's in the fucking toilet, right? Essentially because they're insane politics. This is still going on, man. 6 box sets of this. It's just like dragging. Sometimes there's a Rutons, Children of the Future. This was great as well. A great third Doctor Sharon James Smith and a Brigadier story with Rutons. Really great. Really does work very well. So does this one, Revolution in Space. Feels very authentic to the what was it, the 10th season? No, it feels very authentic to the 11th season. 9th Doctor Adventure, Buried Threats. 9th Doctor Adventure is now like it's on fumes. It feels. Look at the expression of Lisa Barrowman on the cover of this, right? Of like, she just looks tired. Don't you think she looks tired? And that's right. It's this range at this point is tired, right? And it's tired, and I think just too underlyingly woke. Planet Doom, I can't remember listening to this, but I do like the Eric Moore Roberts Master. But I may not even listen to this. Star Cops, Blood Moon, Daughter. Again, this is probably good, but I'm just like, I've had enough Star Cops. I don't need any more. Now we got Sullivan and Cross with the 4th Doctor. Again, Sullivan and Cross is me saying goodbye. Right? It doesn't work. It doesn't work again. Ella Crooks is built like a brick shit house. She would not be cast as a companion on TV. This was one of the better ones. This was the 6th Doctor traveling with Charlie. Born to Die. Again, all these ones were good as I recall. Right? I just by some names I don't recognize. But generally speaking, I mean, this one really, this whole like little 4-part series, I think well, every episode was good, right? Classic Doctor's New Monsters. I was, again, bored out of my bloody mind by then. And like, I thought the Clockwork droids were like from one time in space, well, only from that spaceship, right? The Madame de Pompadour, right? That they're everywhere is weird, right? Starcox is carrying on there. Six Doctor Adventure, shit, the Quinn Dilemma, right? Again, this is a celebration of the Sixth Doctor. It was like 40, 50 years. And it's like having all the different Six Doctors together. But the underlying story was just very weak, right? It didn't really hold together at all. All right? It's, and it wasn't funny enough. They thought it was funnier than it was. Jacob Dubman does the Seventh Doctor, does the 12th Doctor badly, I think. I think John Coleshaw taking over is a good idea. Sapphire and Steel stuff is great. I recommend it all. What's this one? Oh, so then a great disappointment. Yeah, mate, it's incredible. As Doctor Who is shit on TV, it gets shit on audio as well. So this is Dark Gallifrey. This thing, again, it was supposed to be monthly. It was supposed to go for like, 36 weeks? Like 3 years or something like that. And this was the first, 3-part trilogy linked together. This cover is atrocious. It's embarrassing. It put me off wanting to buy it. This story actually isn't that bad, right? What's his name? Samuel West's Morbius is always worth picking up, right? He was in. Is it Samuel? No, who plays him? Hang on. Samuel West, right? Samuel West. And they actually did start putting together an interesting lore, but honestly, it was more. He led a like populist revolt, and essentially the whole story takes place after that, right? After all that interesting stuff. Fifth Doctor, Dream Crabs again. They kind of got into Dream Crabs for a while. Sontaras versus Routons. Jonathan Carey does a War Doctor story. Excellent, tying everything together again. Paternoster Gang is back, and it's definitely putting in, cameos to try and get you to buy it. So yeah, the Fourth Doctor's in this one. But again, they seem like weak supporting characters, right? Star Cops again. I bet is there 4 releases to this, or is it 8 releases? I don't know. Again, these covers are shocking. Right, shocking. And so the whole thing is there's like a dark alternate Gallifrey or something like that Morbius is trying to hack into. There's a lot of interesting stuff, like the early time ships were like galleons. I like that. I thought that's kind of cool. Torchwood 1, I used to buy Torchwood 1, but no, not anymore. 8 Doctor Adventure. This is more Echoes. Again, this is another crew. So who's this one? So this is back to the late what's it called again? Not Stranded. Dark Eyes. Was it Companions? And again, they just kind of tainted them, frankly. Although it does have what's the name in? Derek Griffiths. So that's always a good sign. It is Derek Griffiths. And but they just don't know what they're doing. Does this have the Lumiere in it as well? I can't stand that character. I don't know. Myra, I have no idea. But I didn't buy it, and I don't think I've missed anything. Missy, another series. They destroyed it, right? Michelle Gomez, these are really good little stories, and then they incorporated into it what's his name? Rufus Hound, right? As the monk. Is he in this one? Okay, here's the thing. Baron Rufus. Let's say Rufus Hound. Oh, maybe he's not in this one. Okay, but the thing is, I was already out, right? Once you fool somebody out, they're gone. What release is this one? This is up to 5, so there's probably 8 in this There's probably 2 box sets, either 8 or 6. My guess is 6. Starcross, Ninth Doctor. I think I got this one. Yeah, this was awful. I think I illegally downloaded it and went, "Oh, this is shit." Right? Basically, it was a gimmick having her with Ninth Doctor with River Song, which didn't really. The energy jet didn't really work very well. Tarrant again. I think this was the last of the Worlds of Blake 7, and they're just getting weaker and weaker by this point. Metamorphosis. This is more Sullivan and Cross over it. Yeah, Sullivan and Cross. So yeah, no. But do you notice how like she's not on the cover anymore? She's like, what's his name? John Boyega in China. Right there, look. Oh no, she's just tiny on the corner there. Right. So I was just totally unengaged with that whole storyline. Blood Moon Davis. 8th Doctor Lucy Miller. More Morbius. Dark Gallifrey. Yeah, as soon as Doomsday came out, everything turned to shit. Fuck me. Did you not notice? It was like we were doing Golden Great Guns. We were doing great, and all of a sudden doing it. Man. All right. Last Day Part 2, awful. Dark Gallifrey, War Master. I got this one because I had David Warner in it. It was his last release. And I hadn't really been forced out of that Rangers yet, right? So the second Doctor one, yeah, the Michael Troughton one took a bit of a wobble with this one where they brought in Wendy Pambury. These stories were definitely weaker, right? This was I think the weakest set to date, or the one after it was weaker. Yeah, is there one after it? This was okay, but I think this one was weak. It was quite diffused, and like none of it really held together. Goth Opera was pretty darn good, right? It's from a Paul Cornell novel, which is pretty darn good. I think it's a fine adaptation. Operation Werewolf. I just wasn't interested in. And again, once they're gone, you really don't care anymore. So, yeah, now they're revamping River Song. Okay, so we had Death World. Sorry, August last year, Death World. The original take on the 10th anniversary celebration. Once you listen to this, you're, like, really happy they went with the 3 Doctors, which was much more scientific. This is much more like magical, right? And honestly, I would much rather watch the 3 Doctors any day. I don't see myself going back to this, but it was a nice little curio, right? For $20 is fine. Death and Life of River Song, trying to reboot the reigns, trying to get new life in it. Don't know if it worked because they weren't able to tempt me back, right? Then we got the War Doctor Rises range rebooted in a really good fashion, right? So you have this. They've really worked out the strategy with, I think, the 3rd box set they did, which was like Apocalypse Now, where you have one complete story. So it was the War Doctor versus Morbius told in 3 different parts. You know, you have the War Doctor having some kind of like time toxemia, so he can't go anywhere at the beginning. This was really well written, right? Really well written. Good Doctor. Was it? Yeah, good Doctor Who. Yeah, I think it was good. War Master again was okay. It was, but the whole Dark Gallifrey thing. It was, again, it was supposed to strip over 36 months or something, and then they changed it to like once every 2 months or so, and it's fallen apart. Susan's War, this was actually pretty darn good. This was like concluding the is this the third? Is this the second or the third one? Is there a third one after this? Right. Is that? But yeah, this one brought in Jonathan Carey, and you had Sonny McGann is now playing her son. Right, somehow changed in the Time War to a different actor, a different McGann boy, right? So the best thing about this release is the cover. The cover's great, right? Other than that, it's very member-berry, right? These Colin Baker ones just didn't really work at all, I'm afraid. The Trolls of a Time Lord. Yeah, no, it's they're all trying to be too cute and too wink to camera too much. Right? It's a failed experiment, I would say. More Sullivan Cross, more me not listening. Oh, look, they got the Dominators. Doesn't really do much. And then, this is the first time I was out of Bernie Summerfield, right? The again, this was clearly meant to be a box set, but it just seems like, again, look, it seems achingly woke, right? It really does, and and I'm just kind of sick of that. Now, in the wake of the Destroy Space 1999 rage, they moved to books on tape. Who reads them now? Written by James Swallow, but who reads them? Backstage. Isn't there a they should really say who is reading it. That makes a big difference. That's really weird that they don't say, isn't it? That's really weird. Why would they not say who's reading it? Okay. So this is something that I thought is the way Doctor Who should really go, right? Live performance. I thought this was a great idea, right? And then release it on audio, right? Stuff of a legend. If I could get to that, I would totally have gotten to it, right? That looks fun, right? Really genuinely fun. It was a good idea. Doctor Who Great Beyond, again, it's too dull, right? The 40 hooked me. Nothing since then has. More Dark Gallifrey. Oh, bought bloody tears with it. The Quintessence. Okay, so I nearly didn't buy this one, right? Because I was so mad at the first JoJo ones. And then I can't remember why I did, but it was brilliant, right? This was one of the best cyber stories I've heard in a long time. Really, 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 really chilling. Big recommend, right? And I'm amazed because I hated the first release. Right, I absolutely hated the first Joe Jones release. This is fantastic. Yeah, it starts off on a weird stormy planet. There's an old country house there, which seems very Doctor Who-y to me, right? And that's where the mystery begins, and it ends up with lots of cyber adventures. So now this is the cast stuff, I think. Time War Uncharted, but again, everything is just so thrown around. I'm not really interested in any of it. Look, again, I think the Paul McGann stuff needs to completely reboot, right? Because it's just got too disparate. Jenny the Doctor's Daughter Series 3. Okay, I wonder if anybody bought that. Vamp PD, nobody bought that. How do I know? Because there's no more being made. Right? Again, Big Finish. People aren't going to take a punt on you anymore. Sadly, right? It's really sad, but it's like you told us to fuck off too many times, which may have been a mistake, right? Walmart's and Future Phantoms. Again, it's really gone off the boil. Right. It was this minute that the queer era started, everything started to fall apart. Had 2 great years, right? I didn't realize this, so I was looking at it. Right, 7 Doctor Adventures, Doctor and Karnaki. No, it wasn't very good. Right, wasn't very good. It was a good idea, and the Karnaki release is really good with Dan Starkey when he's just reading the books on tape. They're fantastic, right? But no, they're not. So 2022, 23 were good years. And then once in Future Coda, they got to bring in Dr. Ruth, please. That really annoyed me. Because I got I booked the whole thing and I was like, no, I don't want Dr. Ruth bullshit. Leave me alone. Gallifrey, Eccles for Eternity. And then rounding off the year, oh God, we got more Audacity. Paternoster Gang, this time with Matthew Trout, which nearly convinced me to buy it. I'm not interested. More Audacity being stunning and brave and the bestest ever and just, so fantastic. Oh, God. Bernie Summerfield, Eternity Club. I was just out, right? Yeah. Now, this one, disappointed, right? Because it's got a fantastic cover. I love the Spider Dalek thing going on over there. Love the Ogrons. I love the Mavellan. There's so much stuff going on here that I'm interested with. Sadly, the story just didn't live up to this exciting cover. Right? It just didn't live up to it at all. It was just kind of a diffuse story that didn't grab me. Which was, I could say, the same thing as The Curse of Time. It was celebrating the 40th year, 50th year anniversary of the Fourth Doctor. And then they released the stage version of the Stuff of Legend in many, many ways. So yeah, that was probably the best thing. Let's bring it up to date, right? Let's just go. We're in. Let's go up to August, right? So now we get into the Shipville, right? Firstly, First Doctor Adventures with Peter Purvis. This really failed, right? And it really failed in every way, whereas the one before with Moran and Bryan really succeeded, right? First Action Bureau, they did the pilot of that. They put it on YouTube for free. I can't imagine people buying it. Zygon, again, I illegally downloaded this, check it out, and I didn't end up buying it, which is a sign that it's not worth buying. All right. There's a little bit of wokery going on in it, right? And it's not really that good. Not that gripping. New monster, Classic Doctor New Monsters. This is the one where it's a gay rom-com for Paul McGann. I mean, for fuck's sake, really? Why is everything gay? Oh, I mean, can you imagine if there's much gay representation as Jewish representation? Like, could you conceive of such a thing? Right? It's absolutely insane, right? And then if you say, well, why is there a rabbi in everything? You're like, what's wrong? Are you a racist? Right? No, just like, it's weird. There's a rabbi in literally everything, right? This is strange. This is strange and weird. Don't be strange and weird. That's never a good idea. Where are we up to? Then they tried to reboot V badly, and you got the Fugitive Doctor. Okay, well, I hope it works for them, because I can't. My mind can't accept that these are in any way profitable, right? Even like the entire Doctor Who fandom has shrunken so much, mainly because you had like a vicious part of fandom telling everybody else to fuck off out of it and putting their weird religion through everything, right? But like this stuff doesn't even appeal to the majority of people left. So it's a subset of a subset of a subset. Did it work? I don't know. Third Doctor Adventure and the Brain Drain, that was okay, but it dragged a little bit towards the end. All right. And right now we're getting to the Tim Trelaw stuff that I'm like saying, are they doing anything new with it? Time Tunnel, again, they start to try something new. It's not going to work, right? You've lost the goodwill of your client base with your frankly awful behavior by putting political morons and activists in charge of your social media. And that's why you keep doing all these things and none of them succeed, right? Vamp PD. No, again, I was one of your most loyal customers. And, what can I tell you? You told me to fuck off one too many times. I don't even remember this. The Hellwood Inheritance? Don't even remember it. Oh, I do remember it. It was mediocre. Genesis of Cyberman. Okay, this was from a bad Genesis of Cyberman story in the Cyberbook, which is excellent, right? But it's really a poor story, right? It's really an absolute poor story. But okay. Death and Life of River Song. Let's get Ace and Tegan in it, because what were they in? Were they in Power of the Doctor? Were they in something recently? After that, I can't remember. It must have been Power of the Doctor. They weren't in anything after that, were they? No, it was only Mel in the queer era. And Grandfather Time, this wraps up the Susan War 3-parter, and I think it does it effectively. Right? They could totally do more, but I think it wrapped up that story. I think it wrapped it up well. Who's in the... you got Paul McGann and Pétence de Grang, number 4, and now there's zombies. Okay, again, it got gimmicky because nobody really wants it. Planet Crenoid, again, it's supposed to be like a horrific thing. It's again, you've chased away too much. You chased me away, right? Hook Light. Now this I thought was a good idea. I think it was like a 12-part, quest story. They lose the TARDIS. It seemed like the Romans, right, in space, but like the commanders have one story, the Doctor has another. But I listened to it and it was a bit too overblown, and I couldn't really get past the first episode. And so I was like, okay, fine, forget it. No. And it always left me cold. I don't know why, but at least this was, conceptually stronger. Planet Criminal, as I said, meh. OCAS pilot, woke as shit. Oh, God, you got to just stop with the relentless wokery. So I was out of Dark Gallifrey by now. I think you had the master turn into a woman or something at this point. By this point, I'm like, finished with it. Commanding Chronicles, I'm nearly finished listening to this, and I'll be frank, it was a slog. Right? It was a slog. The Stephen Noonan one is probably the best one. I haven't finished listening to the Lauren Cornelius one yet. But like these are 4 kind of throwaway stories. Some of the weaker stuff from the Stephen Noonan Doctor. Again, just go back to making good Doctor Who stories with him. Right? That's it. So I got the 6th Doctor and Cosmos and Mrs. Clark. Haven't been able to listen to it yet. How many months ago is it? Exactly, right? And then I didn't get this 3rd War Doctor thing, even though I like they're having one story, like told over several parts. I thought that was a good idea. I didn't like it they're in like a fake reality where they're playing to be the X-Files, right? No, I want to see the War Doctor do War Doctory shit, right? Like I want to see the 1st Doctor do 1st Doctory shit, right? And the 5th Doctor do 5th Doctory shit. Hook Light number 2 didn't hook me in, right? Gallifrey, Dark Gallifrey, Sayonara. One of the many things they've killed. Space Security Service. Is it going to work? I don't. It'd be amazing we see more than 2 box sets. And yeah, look, at this point, I was totally out. I was thinking about getting this 4th Doctor set, and then I heard, nope, woke shit. I'm like, well, okay then. And yeah, let's bring Sullivan and Cross back. The reason why I wouldn't want to listen to anything. Space Security Service, I doubt that it... Okay, maybe it's not a bad idea, but it's not the time anymore, right? You haven't got that loyal customer base anymore, which is what you need for these sort of things, right? Time Watcher, Uncharted, I don't care. Unit, Brave New World, I don't really care. Now Jode is back, Vampire Weekend, and again, okay. It just seems to me, and normally when I say this, when companies do this, it ends up badly for them, right? Dark Gallifrey, no. Mirror Matter, no. Although, who wrote it, right? I mean, this seems like a good story. Written by Kate Orman, but again, they're just too long. Fugitive Doctor, no. Sullivan, Smith and Sullivan reunited. This is so endemic of Big Finish in this year, right? Let's start everything new. Let's try and do something new. And it's all... just completely leaves me cold, right? And Annette Bandland, why is she in freaking everything all the time, right? So now we're up to August. It was Sky. That was the Sky was the what's the name of that release? The 3rd Doctor one we were just talking about. I can't remember, right? But I'm not interested in this, right? I'm not interested in this. 9th Doctor and Billy Piper. It was okay. It was a bit meh. It didn't really do. It wasn't stunning. right? It didn't really do much. It was nice hearing together, but didn't really do much. It wasn't a strong story. Sixth Doctor, Adventures, bad terms. Like Perry's being mistaken for a sea captain, and I'm just like, stop with this. Oh no, not interested. Definitely out of time. They're releasing the Yeah, okay, I think that brings us up to date, right? And now we're up to September. We'll finish off the year. Let's see what's it. And we got this bait and switch, which annoys the hell out of me, right? Which is supposed to be Cushing Adventures, and they're not. They're very much anchored in the William Hartnell era, recasting the Butterworth, Peter Butterworth meddling monk, and tying it heavily into continuity. Like, like, why did you tell us one thing and it was the other? Honestly, like, I'm kind of out the Fourth Doctor Adventures now. You kind of forced me out of that. 12th Doctor, I don't know why. Was it 13th Doctor? Okay, I get it. And Master. Does that do they sell? I'm probably going to get an Axion. All right. But like, I was going to say Dark Gallifrey. No. This is probably good. Operation Vengeance. It's written by Tim Treloar and Nick Briggs. Well, I think that's probably worth listening to right there. Right. This I was initially interested in, and I was like, meh. I didn't really like the writing talent, and the stories seemed meh. Right. This is like really very much set in their first season. War Master's Greatest Trick. This one actually sounds pretty darn good. Right. I might be tempted to get that. That sounds okay. I do like the Ninth Doctor, Last Day of Power State, and I'm definitely getting this. And the Sherlock Holmes stuff sounds pretty darn good. Dalek Eternity, no, not so much. And there's weird Halloween release, which has John Coulter as the 12th Doctor on it, which is not going to call me into getting it. Right, Audacity. I think this is where this awful character finally goes. Weirdly enough, on Twitter, on Big Finish, they announced this one with George Cross flags. Like, what are you doing, Big Finish? We know you're not on board for that stuff. Time Tunnel, I guess get it now. There's not going to be any more. And finally, we are at December. Yeah, I will be getting the second Doctor range. I hope it's good. Right, I do hope it's good. Hello Lola, how you doing, darling? Hey, darling, I'm nearly finished, honey.
Okay, well I'm just sending you food here.
Oh, I didn't want food. I just said I literally said I didn't want food.
Well, now you have food.
Okay. What do I feel? Thank you. So yeah, I will get this. This range has only had one real wobble. I can't imagine there's anything they could do to tempt me to bit this, right? Even if you give me an 18-year-old Sheridan Smith who says they'll suck my dick if I buy it, I don't think I'm going to. War Doctor Rises Cyber Gene. Well, what's this one? Who's writing is the question. Jonathan Morris, strong writer. As the conflict in Gallifrey and Skara rages, the Cybermen are gone from the universe until now. The War Doctor finds himself on a world ravaged where soldiers are kept alive. A grisly, unfamiliar method. As time has manipulated, the dead no longer stay dead. The horrifying evolution begins, seeking answers across multiple worlds and a long-dead cyber tomb. The Doctor uncovers a terrible truth. The ultimate cyber form is coming to the cyber war. That sounds good. Okay, again, now you see the queer era is over. Awful Doctor on TV. It seems to be improving. Ninth Doctor and Rose, I will get that. Christmas one, I will not, right? So, okay. So what have we learned from this? That when Doctor Who is awful on TV, right, it will be awful on Big Finish. When it's good on TV, or when it's at least not on TV, it improves massively, right? It improves absolutely massively. Strangely enough. I know what the daily ladies doing. Fine, I'm off on my vacation, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back on. Well, I got content coming out the next few nights, but I will be back live probably on Dan's channel on Saturday night. But we'll be back live here on Sunday, right, to discuss whatever filth and cyber frivolity there is in the world. I'm going to hit the end broadcast, man. I'm going to hit